Okay, so let's say you've got some celery root and you're like, what do I do with this? Especially if you got it from the CSA where it comes like this, because you don't get it like this in the store. So this is one of the kind of delights of being in a CSA is you get things in their whole form where nothing's been like, I don't know, beautified. That's not even just the only word, but like packaged, processed. It's not really processed to just cut this off, but it is a process. So, you could do, by the way, these tops, super great for soup. Bottoms could be as well. All right, so this, as we were reading before, is in the What's in the Box episode about celery, is like, here's the heart of the celery. We're going to get to this in a minute. But here, perfectly good for vegetable stock or soup flavoring, or it's almost like parsley. It's like an intense kind of a parsley. Um, these little ones, I'm just going to cut off. That's what they do when you get them in the store anyway, so voila. I like to keep a little bag handy. You might not be able to see it, but all the food scraps straight in there. And if you can compost them, even better. Trying to get curbside composting over here in the neighborhood. We shall see. We shall see. All right, I'm going to cut this just down the middle. It's a little bit hard, but that's good. It's firm. Here you can see what it looks like on the inside. Contrast, outside, inside. Along the edge. Okay, great. Super exciting, huh? All right, now let us, I'm just gonna peel a little bit with kind of, where's my hardcore grade peeler? Here we go. This one's a little bit stronger. So I'm gonna peel off some of this outside here. It reminds me when I peel it of a pineapple. Like the way that it grows, the outside parts, when you're trying to cut up a pineapple and it's got like, makes almost these kind of patterns. Here, I'll show you. Like when you cut a pineapple and you get a little bit of this stuff, it's so interesting in nature. Like all the repetition across very different species. Clearly a celery root and a pineapple, well, maybe they're not that different. All right, so got it pretty clean here. I think that's good enough. This is kind of a personal taste too of like how much of the outer parts do you want and how much cleaned off do you want. I'm just gonna give this a quick rinse. So I was reading somewhere that you can just grate this and eat this raw. So why don't we do that? And you can throw it into a salad if you like. Oh my gosh, it smells like celery, but like a really great earthy celery smell. I'm gonna just sample this and see, because I'm super curious. I can see it in a salad. I think with some other flavors, it's pretty mild actually. You'd think it might be stronger because of this, how strong celery flavor can be, but then you eat celery and it's like eating water. So there's not a lot to it. It's not bad. I actually really like them. These roasted in the oven. You roast it like a potato, cut it up, and do that. But I'm gonna try this with. You can put a little parsley, and why don't we do what we know we always are gonna do anyway? Is add some pickles to this, because I think that's what's gonna make it the best. So I'm going to show you my pickles from, if you've watched one of the earlier episodes, you'll see how I make mine that are low acid, no vinegar. I use lemon and lime juice, and I'll do another episode on it at some point, but you can see it. It's mostly onions and Scotch bonnets. So it's hot, it's got some heat. And some different seasonings. I put in some whole black pepper. I put in some whole allspice. To Toasted cumin, hello, secret ingredient. Some thyme, and I put in some carrots and some golden beets, also from the CSA. And I'm gonna grab the olive oil too, because while this has a lot of lemon juice, it doesn't have any olive oil, so I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit in here. By the way, this is what it looks like thus far. Very simple, very basic. Now you can fish around and find more or less of the Scotch bonnets to your liking, but everything's got some heat because it's been marinating together. I'm gonna leave the thyme in there. Leave your thyme behind. All right, but I do want some Scotch bonnets and a little bit of carrot too, because you know, carrots and celery, for whatever reason, go good together. All right, so this is a very small portion, but let's see. I think the celery root, I could actually just grate it up and put some in and leave it in the pickles too, but I'm gonna just try it like this for now. Put a little black pepper and salt first. Just a little tiny bit. Where'd I put my salt? This is some the pink Himalayan sea salt. Tiny bit. All right. I like this. It's interesting the kind of fresh texture it gives to it, and a little bit of flavor, like, but it really absorbs and takes on a lot of the other flavors of the parsley and then the heat from the Scotch bonnet. You can grate this up and make like a really good coleslaw too, with it too. Probably is a good idea, if that's what you like. I'm not a big mayo person, but you know, there's different ways to make your slaw, so it could be good. Could be good. All right, so that's just a little bit of ideas of things you can do with your celery root. Like I said, you can cut it up, roast it, saute it, add it to different things. It's a little bit of a hybrid between like a potato, but a root crop, like a vegetable. Maybe like parsnips would go with also as well. Think about it like a parsnip maybe. But it's more, even more versatile. All right, that's it. We are done over here. Bye, everybody.